Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Onto this like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. This is going to be a quick, quick lesson through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. I want to do through the spirit kind of hit me to do a show, and I was talking to a brother. Everything is always inspired by the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and about an incident that took place yesterday, a small little incident that I didn't feel like I was in danger. I didn't feel unloved, so to speak. You know how sometimes some things happen to people and they may feel a certain way. What I mean by a certain way, I'm meaning that they feel like the Most High is not with them or whatever. You just hope for the best, even when you're going through what you're going through. And some odd reason my car wouldn't start yesterday after I was doing what I had to do. And I sat in my car. I don't like asking people, so I asked somebody to give me a boost. It didn't work. And things just wasn't fitting right. So I just phone calls, and pretty much I was kind of stranded. So Spirit had it where I kept trying, and then I got a individual to come, and I was thinking it was far worse than what it was, but it was really something small, minute, Slakia. So and I had things to do. So as I was recounting that same thing I'm saying now to a brother, and I think him in my mind is like, Scripture says, Proverbs 24:18, man's goings of the Lord. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm in my car, so I want to do this as quick as possible. Proverbs 24:18. No, I'm sorry. Slakia. Give me 16. Nope. I know it's Proverbs 24, I believe. But let me see. Man's goings. Slakia. And it says Proverbs, it's 20 and 24, sorry. It says, man's goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So I had an idea what I was going to do, but the Lord, he intercepted that. Okay, and then what I was talking to the brother. This is what I'm title of the show. This is the title that came in mind, and the title of the show is Father Knows Best. Now it was based. There was a TV show before my time, but I remember the apostles had made mention of it because that's an old show, and for what I understand, maybe I'll put a clip in there. Whatever, is that Esau but made himself the father of his household, and any situation, according to the idea of the show, any situation that goes awry with the remaining of the family members, they go to father, and he solves the problem. All right. So in our case, us being sons that's adopted back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through Yahushai. Alright, I'll say it like that. We're not of our own accord. Alright, so the things that we do is not of our own will, so to speak. First of all, we representing Yahushai on earth. Alright, And Yahushua is going to ensure that each and every one of us are perfect in the sight of the Lord to be presented. Because we can't go through nothing else or no one else. We can't go through anything but through Yahushua from the Lord. This is why Paul said, I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm not. It's kind of weird, but this is why Paul said this, and I believe it should be 1 Corinthians, but I could be wrong. I didn't have nothing. I had a few scriptures in mind, but you know that never works out. And it says, First Corinthians, I believe. 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahushua. So Paul's Paul's ministry and teaching was to present the church of Yahushua as a chaste virgin, meaning, in other words, with no different philosophies. That's what it says in Revelations 14:4 about the 144,000 as virgins. It doesn't mean that they men that didn't have sex. It means that they was not mixing of what they have learned of Yahushua with any other philosophy. All right, because each different philosophy represents a woman. All right, so Paul wanted to present the church to Yahushua as a chaste virgin, as purely devoted to Yahushua. So the same thing goes with Yahushua presenting the people, his people, to the Most High. So we're not of our own accord. We're here to do the will of the Lord. All right, and the will of the Lord consists of not only what we do in the highways and byways and in the faces of the people, is also what we do when we're not in the faces of the people. All right, we live a godly life, and part of having a godly life is really technically is to take your hands off the wheel and let the Lord guide you. All right, and let the Lord guide you, because at the end of the day, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua know what He's doing to us. He's making the perfect versions of Himself on the earth. Going back to the silversmith, all right, and how the silversmith, when the woman asks the silversmith, "How do you know that the silver is good?" and the silversmith said, "Until I see my reflection." So until the Lord sees His reflection on us, then only then that we will be likened unto Him. So we have a long task at hand. And the reason, like I said, the reason why I'm bringing this out like that, because Father knows best. Who knows what's better for us than the creator of all things? Who knows what will make us to be the far superior beings that we know we can be now, especially brothers in the truth. All right, we don't boast and brag about what we have or what we've done, because it's nothing to boast or brag about. It's not of us. Everything we do is not of us. All right, the Lord guides us in every single step, and this is what came to mind, because once again, Father knows best. All right, Proverbs 3:5, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, which is talking about your mind. When you trust in the Lord with all your mind, you pretty much giving what you believe, giving full control to the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, this picture on the screen is how the Father would look, all right, according to the scriptures. Okay, and according to the scriptures, the creator of all things who created all things, who will put things the way he wants to be put, well, the people that serve him is going to follow him no matter what. So we're in a beautiful we're in prison technically, and the Lord is airing out the bad things about us, okay? And the way the Lord is doing it is by having us no other choice but to trust in him. No matter what situation we find ourselves to be in, we trust in the Lord, okay? So with all our heart, with all our mind, we trust in the Lord. And it says, and lean not into thy own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So the Lord is directing our paths. Like I said, everything was running fine, then all of a sudden something happens. And then once I don't know how to get myself out of the situation, I'm speaking personally what happened, I just rely on the Lord, and the Lord just gave me the idea what to do and what to say, and aid me in that situation I was in. So we're not in a time of panicking or any of that sort. We are in a time we're in the miracle business. So we all seek a miracle, and the ways the Lord is going to show us, he shows us by little things. And by these little things, the greater miracles is going to be in play. Okay? So, the Wadi Yahaba Shem Yahushai. Because what the Lord has in plan for us, all the BS that angers us around these people in our personal lives and so forth, all of it, every last one of it, is for a bigger picture. Alright? And that big picture is the Lord is making us the best versions of ourselves. So who better know us than the Father himself? All right. Second Ezra 5 and 15. I'll start at 15. I'm sorry, no, not 15. It says Second Ezra 5 and to the point, 27. And among all these people, so when you read further up, it's speaking about all the different things that out of millions things that's been done, the Lord has chosen a particular type of everything, meaning cattle, land, fowl, which is a bird, all right? And out of all, he picked a certain type of people, which are Israel, all right? He said, among all the multitudes of people that has gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, that giveth the law that is approved of all. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over to many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others. Why hast thou scattered that only one people among many? And they which did gainsay thy promises, and believe not thy covenant, have trodden them down. If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet thou shouldest thou punish them with thy own hands. Now when I have spoken these words, the angel that came to me that night afar was sent unto me, and said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. It says, I will tell thee more, and I said, speak, O Lord, O my Lord. Then said he unto me, thou art sore troubled in thy mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou the people better than he that made them? And Ezra caught in a reality check. All right, because we all falter to the fact of troubling things that trouble our minds, finance or personal things. But what we don't, our mortal minds cannot comprehend, all right? Comprehending meaning understanding, understanding meaning insight, all right? That there's levels to things. In order to get to that final stage that we are going to display, we need to go through things in order to get to that point. This is why when things happen to us, good, bad, whatever, we acknowledge the fact that the Lord is dealing. You acknowledge that the fact that the Lord knows what's good for us. All right? We don't have a clue what really attends to. The Lord foresees everything. He created everything. Okay? So when Ezra's asking many questions as these, which that happens to all of us, the Lord like, look, I know what I'm doing to you, you know? In order to get paradise, we got to go through hell. In order to go through hell, we got to go through hell, but yet we have to understand and learn what the hell we're going through. Okay? And then once we acknowledge that, even though we acknowledge it, we still don't see the bigger picture. So it behooves us to really rely on the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? That spirit of the creator of all things is the number one aspect to us. So we don't falter. So we, at the end, like the scripture says, let me get that real quick. Sirach 2:5. It says, matter of fact, 2:4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully. Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So whatever falls on us, we gotta take it cheerfully, because of the fact is the Lord is. We acknowledge the fact. We have the intelligence to acknowledge that there's a higher power, and that higher power is doing things. But the world, here it is, a new year comes along. These people are not concerned about the Most High, nor his prophecies, nor his works. All right? They think that life is going to continue the way it is in an evil cycle. Me and Apostle was talking about it. An evil cycle of we always going to be in the bottom. Like there's no hope for Jake. But the end is here. All right? The end is here. That's why this year is the year of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, because the simple fact is we know once things get to a point of no turning back, that the kingdom is at hand. So when Jacob meaning you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and fully admits in danger, that the great miracles that we all been seeking is going to be manifest. All right, the bigger picture. So we are bound to be put in a lower state, bound to be in trouble, bound to be put in a distressful manner. All right, but we have to take it cheerfully. And when we have a tendency of going through that now, and it's, some men might feel like, oh, when it's gonna end, it's gonna end when it's supposed to end. We're not there yet, And it says, be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, for gold is tried in fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. So gold is tried in fire. So here we are in this realm, all right, in this world, with the rest of these fools being tempted just as they are being tempted, going through the same thing they're going through, but yet we have the great knowledge of the Most High. We have the great power of the Most High. And we say these things not to say this is it. There's nothing else after it. There's more things that's added to it. And that adding is what we all been seeking for, the miracles. All right, we in the business of miracles. The Father knows best. The Father's setting up the scene, so that way the next stage, whatever happens, we rely on him. And once we rely on him, then his glory is going to shine on us. All right, it says believe in him He will help thee order that way aright and trust in him. So it's all about trust. All right, it's all about trust, and trust is not built overnight. Trust is built through a process of time. All right, trust is built in the process of time. What's going on with the elect in the nation of Israel is the most important thing that's happening in the earth. The men, the women that's being refined to be the Lord's chosen people, while 2/3 they're chosen to be the pawns, to be the sacrificial thing, the ones that take the blunt, the examples, how not to be. All right, they took that mantra, they took that slogan, how not to be. So this is a great and beautiful dealings that the Lord has done with his people. He has those that he deems worthy and those that he deems unworthy. Like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter. So the unworthy are 2/3 of our people who hears this word. They believe, some don't believe. All right, some at the end faltered flakes. But the ones that really the light is shining in is the ones that believe. We not of our own accord. The Father knows best. All right, I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures because there's a couple of scriptures I wanted to get. Romans 8, I believe it's 20. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity." For the creature was who? Us. We were subject to nothingness. All right, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subject the same in hope. So we didn't come to earth and say we wanted to sin, we want to disobey the Lord. The Lord did that for a reason. Father knows best. He knows what he's doing. All right, Father knows best. He knows that certain things has to be taken care of. All right, you have certain doubts in your mind, and the Lord is going to prove those doubts. All right, he's going to prove those scripture say the Lord tries the reins of men. The reins meaning your emotions. He tries every man. All right, so he's trying men, women, and see where your faith is at. It says in Deuteronomy 18, I believe it's 13th chapter, that the Lord brings up false prophets to prove you. All right, to see if you love the Lord or not. So the same thing with these final last tests. The Lord is going to prove every last one of us. All right, he's going to prove the world. He's going to put people in trial to see if they really truly believe or not. So we were not subject to any old thing. We were subject to vanity, to nothingness, to obtain hope. And the hope comes through him, which shows you this is not of our will. All right, it comes through him. So all this is part of the Lord's beautiful plan. It says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bond of corruption into a glorious liberty of the children of the Most High, which that's what we intend to do. Lord willing, we're part of the elect. All right, the true proven sons and the children of the Lord. Okay, it says real quick, this was another one in my mind. Isaiah 55:11. It says, so shall my Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So yeah, the Lord could have easily had just woke brothers up, give them all the ammunition that they need, that they didn't need to be tested. But where's the fun in that? There's something that the Lord is doing to prove a point, simultaneously to prove his men, to show true faith. All right, the scripture says, if when the Lord comes, shall he find faith? And the answer to that is yes, he will find faith. All right, the faith is going to be of his men, of his women, of the elect. All right, that remnant that he separated from the beginning of the earth, of all times. All right, those are those that's gonna cheer the Yahushua on when he comes. Then that brings forth the true marriage and tells of the happiness of that marriage. It's not gonna be all dark and gloomy. You have to have somebody to be excited and ecstatic of this union that was bonded from the beginning of times to come together. So the Lord is proving every man each step of the way, because what? Father knows best. All right, Father truly knows best. Okay, that's why the Lord asks Ezra, like, "Oh, you love the angel asks Ezra, you love the Lord's people more than he does?" Answer that, no. All right, do you know what the Lord plans for us? He says it. It says 1 Corinthians 2:8. It says, 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of the men of men, the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him. So we have not a clue, truly, and we have no idea. We have an inkling. The Wadi Habashim Yahushua, we have an inkling. All right, we have such a small level of an idea what bestows upon us. We know the outcome: rest, peace. All right, true love, man. Something that certain things that we hear and we never seen. The entitled Jerusalem, which means city, Yerushalayim, which means city of peace. We never know peace. All right, we don't know no peace. All we know is war. You gotta have your guard up at all times. Your enemies around you. You sleep with the enemy. You be around the enemy. People that look like you, your greatest foe. We don't know nothing. We live a highly traumatic life. But the Lord is gonna wipe all that out. All right, all of it. The Lord's like, nope. That's gonna be a thing of the past. So we gotta go through it in order to get it. You know. It says next scripture real quick. Yeah, Revelations 21:4. And Yahweh shall wipe all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither should there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So we're gonna go from a state where we're accustomed to of disappointment, not knowing nothing, to the state of tranquility, peace, so to speak. Which, yeah, we know by definition, we don't know by true first-hand experience. All right, so the Lord is building something. He's building something beautiful, and the Wadi Habashim Yahushua for allowing us to know parts of it. All right, like the scripture said, we know in part, we prophesy in part. In other words, things that come in due season. And right now, the season that the Lord is doing throughout this whole tumultuous world that we dwell in, is more and more every day to trust him. Trust him. All right, more and more. Your heart beats faster. Your mind is scrambling all over the place, and you're not sure of this, that, to the third. He's making us more and more in tune with him. This is how the Lord likes. He likes men to be in tune with him. All right. He likes the idea we become one, like the Yahushua said. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. It says St. John 17. I don't think the point is at 20. St. John 17, I'll start at 19. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which believe on me through their word. And those that believe on the Lord through the word of the apostles, the men that came before us, that legacy, like I was speaking on the quick show there with Apostle Ricard. all right, of men in the past that built this the way the things are, and we took that baton and we ran with it. They deserve the double honors, all right. They believed on a high level that we have no other choice but to believe. And by us believing and doing the things we're doing, it says this, it says 21, St. John 17 and 21, that they all may be one as thou, Father, are in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. So we all coming as one in believing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. This is why it's so important. You know, I speak as a man, but I speak, and we must trust in the Lord and know the rite of passage that He bestowed upon us is the only route. This is the correct way. All right, this is the correct way. Whatever we going through, first, second, third, cry upon the Lord. Call upon Him. All right, call upon Him. You know, don't. I'll suggest, if a brother asks you how many times you pray, do you pray? Don't say X amount all the time. Scripture says pray without ceasing. All right, pray without ceasing. And the number one tool that we have, that was the Lord gave to us, is prayer. And Yahushua Himself prayed for us. All right, Yahushua Himself was an advocate of praying. Not only did He He spoke it, He done it. All right, and He knew what His Father's will was. So He was always one with the Father. So we always must be one with Him. All right, and the best way to do it is to stay in tune, rely on the Lord. Okay, and know at the end of the day that Father knows best. So with that being said, shalom to you, elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.